Do you know that sometimes we do the wrong things for the right reasons? Well, let me tell you about that. Sometimes we do the wrong things for the right reasons, not because we really want to do the wrong thing, but sometimes nature has a way of making things to happen the way God has destined it to be. Joseph's brothers sold Joseph, thinking they hated him because of his dreams, and they have to take a decision either to kill him. And they decided, okay, let's make money out of this. They put him in the hole, and later they have to sell him. He went into Egypt, became a slave, and later on, being accused by his master's wife, he ended in prison. In those days, the probability that you will die when you are in prison is 99.9%. Because in those days, kings rule, and they rule with their own authority and power, not as today that we have democracy and there's no court. Joseph still held his faith, even in the midst of chaos and in the slavery where he was in prison. He still cheered his prison mates up and realized some of them were not even happy in the prison. He tried to make them happy. He tried to encourage them. And he inquired, what is wrong? The fact that we are in prison doesn't mean that that is the end. Why are you sad? I want to talk to somebody. Everybody have a problem, but then some choose to ignore the problem to enjoy life. If you withdraw your attention from your problem will wither and die. Because life, in a way, has a way of beginning wrongly and sometimes ending very well. The beginning may not be good. Trust the end, I'm telling you here. And then Joseph have to end up in the palace. One day, his brothers, who thought they succeeded in killing him, or perhaps made him a slave forever, lifted up their eyes and saw a prime minister, somebody who was a father to Pharaoh, the king himself. Well, they didn't recognize him. The same way God is changing your story, that enemies will not recognize you again. And Joseph unveiled himself to them. He said, I am Joseph, the guy you intended to kill, the guy you thought you made a slave forever, the guy you thought you have killed his destiny because you sold him into slavery. Your condition cannot end your life. The problem cannot end your life. You can only end your own life. Some people conclude their entire life once they get a little problem and said, my life is over. I'm not going to succeed. This is the end. Why? Because of the challenge or the problem he's going through. And the problem is not there to destroy you, but it is there to challenge you and perhaps force you to reveal the good things in you. You can be going through so many things, and that's not the end of your life. So they intended to end him, yet it didn't end that way. What happened? Then Joseph had to tell them that you meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. You thought to kill me, but it was God's plan that I will come into Egypt, be a prime minister, and save the whole world. So I want you to understand that it may not be your plan to actually end in a problem or to cause a problem. It may not be your plan to actually involve yourself in some kind of terrible situation. Some mistakes and wrongdoing sometimes end in a positive way. Just like Joseph's issue. They intended it for evil, but it was the plan of nature to fulfill divine destiny. So understand this, whoever you are. Sometimes we do the wrong things for the right reasons. Having been that they sold Joseph out, and then you have to be a prisoner, and then through that process become a prime minister, which other way could a slave like Joseph climb and ascend the throne? No other way. He will have died in a comfort zone, right in his own house. Sometimes God push us out of the comfort zone with a problem so that we will go and then we'll be challenged to reveal what we have in us. Sometimes we'll be challenged to produce the destiny, talent, and potentials God has put in us. Some problems are not there to destroy you. They are there to show you who you are, to prove to you what you carry and what you can do. Don't fall to the problem. Let the problem know that you can handle it. You have what it takes. See, if you are in the shoes of David, you wouldn't have ascended the throne. If you were in the shoes of Joseph, you will have concluded your life and ended in a prison and perhaps even drink medicine or poison yourself and die. But what happened? He didn't end his life because of the problem. I don't know your problem, but that is not what is going to destroy your life. God is aware of what you are going through. He knows what you are going through. And in fact, he is also the one that allowed the problem to come to you, not to destroy you, to make you stronger, not to break you, but to build you, not to, actually end your life, but to start your destiny. That's what you should have in mind. Joseph, at the end, was happy with the decision of his brothers, though that wasn't the right thing. Sometimes you did the wrong thing, but sometimes it's not because you wanted to do it, but nature have a way of making things happen. Even if it is the wrong way, it has a way of fulfilling divine destiny the way God has set it to be. Maybe as I'm talking to you now, you are ready to do abortion, you are not ready for that baby. It is unplanned. But there is a way that the wrong thing can end in a positive way. You have done something wrong and you think it is over. You think to end your life and you think that that's the end. You are going to completely destroy the whole thing. Wow, you think, perhaps God don't love me, that's the end. There's nothing to do anymore. But I came with the good news. You can do the wrong thing for the right reason. The way Joseph's brother did the wrong thing for the right reasons. God can make something wrong happen. You would think it is wrong because it violates human laws. But then, for the right reasons, God will make it end the way that will put a smile on your face. I want you to understand. With this message, rearrange your life. Don't see problems as problems. See them as teachers, as life guides, as life motivation. Something to prove you than something to destroy you. It is your interpretation of the situations and the things you are going through that makes them problem. But in reality, they are not problem. They are not enemies. They are not to destroy you, but they are to build, strengthen, and fortify you. Don't interpret struggles as problems or something able to end you, but interpret them as something there to build, prepare, and set you up for a greater task ahead. Your destiny isn't about yourself only. It is about your family, your community, the nation, and the entire world at large. So the directives of the fulfillment of your destiny is not in your hand, because the creator of all things is wise to an extent that he has decided that he will build you not for yourself, but for the entire nation, which means that he has a way of navigating you towards what he has built you for. Now listen to this message. Before you were born, I knew you. What? Yes. That was a message from God to Jeremiah, the prophet. It means you existed before you were born. So this body does not define who you are. It is not the limit of your strength and potential. God still have your back. It is not over yet. Believe in yourself. Turn your challenge and problems to opportunity. And at the end, you will congratulate yourself for that. The Lord bless you. I'm Coach Pius. Hit the follow button, subscribe, and we will meet again. Bye-bye.